Test, test, test. There we go. Now audio's working. Cool. What is up, everybody? How we doing tonight? Another night. Lead, that's fine. That one, okay. What day it is so far? I'm going to clean up a little bit, wait for a few people to come on in, and we can go ahead and get started. Because I got lots to do. Well, not a lot, just I got work to do. Wolfgang, what's up? How you doing? Save these feet. I do need to find a motor, though. I do need to go pick out a motor. Let me find a motor real quick that I can use for tonight, because I didn't have a chance. I was going to put a pancake on, but I'm hearing that it doesn't have enough torque for the BMG, especially with a larger nozzle. So we can't use this. So I need to get out a different motor. Pretty sure I don't have another black one laying around, which is a bummer, because I would like it to be all black, but I guess that's okay. So we're just going to use this one here. I'm going to use this one here. And I need a motor cable, which we probably are going to have to extend, because I don't know if this will make it. It should, just barely. All right. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Dad. All right. So first things first, we need to test to make sure this motor is going to work for us. Black, green, blue, red. Green, oh, red, blue, that's it. Yep. Plug that motor in there. Power up. So to kind of summarize what we're doing here tonight is I need to replace the extruder motor because it died. The same as the right Z motor died the other night, and it was just kind of going back and forth. Getting the exact same issue with this one. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Yeah, so the same as this right side motor died, I had the extruder motor die. And again, all it's doing is buzzing back and forth. I'm getting a 1.7 ohms on one coil. I'm getting 0 on the other coil, which means one of the coils is dead in the motor. So that's no bueno, but it's kind of what happens. Hey, Derek, thank you. Wolfgang, are you using a Titan with a BMG? Because everywhere I read, the one that I have is only 16 Newton meters of force, and you need at least 32. So that's why I'm not using it, because everyone is saying not to. Where are we at here? There you go, the BLV, G-code controls, M302. All right, and then now we're going to do machine control, and select the tool, and that works just fine. So that's just turning just like it should. Now what I want you guys to see is, well, let's go ahead and do this here so you can see that I'm not BSing you here. Go to DSLR, move this up, and then, woo, it's dark. There we go. Tighten all this stuff up here. Okay. So here is this motor. And if I tell it to extrude, you see it just turns just like that. Exactly how it should work. No problem whatsoever. Okay? So now we're going to power down. Move this guy. And we'll install the other motor. This is the same wiring as the current motor and same wiring as all the other motors in the machine. Okay, so we're going to power back on. Oh, here's Darren. We're going to allow cold extrusion, and we're going to do active heater, and this just goes back and forth. I have my finger on the wheel, okay? You see my finger turning back and forth? It's just going back and forth. So one of those coils is dead, and I don't know why, but it is. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and put on this 42, or this is a 40 millimeter motor, and we should be good with that. So yeah. Whoop. Means it's got extra like. I appreciate it. All right. Now that we're off, while I work on that, is there a connector on the motor, a 6-pin JST? No, Alan. The motors that came with this all have integrated wiring, so the wiring is directly hooked up. Actually, I have the old Z motor here somewhere. Yeah, here's the old Z motor, which I apparently accidentally cut here at some point. But this is how that works out there. But it actually has me curious now. Did I accidentally pinch this one, and that's why it wasn't working, or did I just cut it yesterday because I was doing a lot of work? I don't know. But we're going to just verify real quick so I'm not crazy. I guess we'll verify the other motor once we pull it out. I'm just going to do a quick twist here on this motor. And black, green, red, blue. It's all the same pinout, again, as usual. Now, these motors, for all those of you that are not tracking the build, these motors all worked 100% fine on the SKR 1.3 that I took out and put in the Duet 2 Wi-Fi in. So, everything was working just fine. I had successful prints. I have a bucket of successful prints with the original motors that came with this kit, and 2 of them recently died. So G-code, send that. Machine control, active, extrude. You know, you might be right. Maybe I did cut that other one, because this is now working just fine. Now, if I undo this, now we get that behavior again. Well, that right there has me curious. So I did already, though, to be clear, I did already recrimp the extruder motor wire. That's already been recrimped. So I know it's not the crimp on there. But since this is working now, that makes me very optimistic that I can get the extruder working. Yeah, Alan, it's not pin out, because I get that comment all the time. Oh, check your pin out, this, and that. It's not that. This isn't 3D printing for noobs here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and inspect the extruder motor cable and see if there's anything obvious that's wrong. I'm going to say there probably isn't anything obvious, but I mean, who knows? That one clearly had a cut in it for some reason. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm just going to fully pull off this here. Now, I actually don't remember. I don't think I extended these wires. But I did extend these wires. Okay, so maybe it is one of my solders that went bad. But we're going to hook it back up, and we're going to verify that out of the thing is working. But yes, I did actually have to extend this original motor cable, and don't know which one is the bad one and which is the good one. Let's turn this back on, do a quick test. Well, I can't really check the continuity, Aaron, because the motor, it's integrated. Unless I take the motor apart, that's the only real way I can do that. All right, so it's still doing it. Now let's just kind of pinch each one of these. Can I do that and reach my mouse? Ooh, okay, it's not that one. Not that one. Not that one. All right, well, I think a safe bet would be to just redo my solder points now, just to see if that fixes the problem at all. Of course, I just used all these zip ties yesterday. I cable managed the back of this. I mean, I knew the extreme motor didn't work, yet I still cable managed. I don't know why I did that. It was pretty stupid. It was a waste of about a dozen zip ties, but hey. So let's, oh, that came out. That's not supposed to come out. Where'd you come from? Let me redo that connection anyways. So we're going to go ahead and pull out this guy here. Oh, man. Don't do the chain. All right, so looking here at the cable, let's see if we can get out of here. Come on. Let's see if we have any kinks anywhere, anything like that. But the only point of contention, it looks like my soldering. So maybe one of my solder points is no good. Because again, these are all brand new connectors on the end of it. So let's narrow it down to the two that are not working. Or to the pair, I should say, that's not working. So we're going to switch our meter to ohms. We're going to not drop the multimeter. And we're going to do black and green. That's overload. Red and blue. .7 ohms. All right, so it's black and green. So we're just going to go ahead and redo black first, I guess. It's a logical thing to do. All right. Heat up the soldering iron. And we need the snips. See how this goes. Hey, Jim. Being so careful, Ryan. Everybody's like, get a duet, get a duet. It'll be great, they said. You can also blame Gunner, because Gunner basically paid for this. He did donations a couple streams in a row. with monetary peer pressure. I mean, that solder job looks good. Do we have continuity from A to B? From this part of the wire to here? Select. Yeah, black's definitely not having any continuity there. I do have pain fun. Thanks, Jim. Nicks in this black wire at all, but I'm not getting any continuity when I do a continuity check. We are working. I put on this end of the wire here. I go into the connector. What the what? Okay, I'm on the black wire. I go to black, doesn't work. I go to green, it works. That's definitely the black wire all the way through. Now I'm curious if green, if I go to green, that is the black wire. Black wire up here, soldered to black wire, but it's grounding to green. So let me peel back the green here because I am royally confused. Unless this motor is shorted out inside of it, that might explain our problem. Okay, now we got green on both sides. We touch the green here, go to the connector, green tones. So does that mean the motor shorted out? Nothing is going to black, but green's going to green, and black to black, nothing. Black to green tones. What the heck? That's the same flipping wire right there. It has to be shorted out in the motor. It has to be. There is 100,000% an issue in the motor. It does come down to one of the real questions as to why is there an issue in the motor. The back plate off the motor, and then we need to take the front plate off. Oh, the extruder motor, I guess. The extruder. I haven't touched the motor, Ryan. Is this motor sealed? Can I get into it? Get in these motors or not? Screws are all out. But they are not budging. There we go. There's a little bit of movement. I mean, everything in here looks just fine. It's something. If I can get, I don't think I can get the front of the motor off on this, or not. Get an Allen wrench here real quick. I need a 1mm Allen wrench. That's a 1.5. 1.5. 1 mil, come on. Those are 2s. Let's see if I can get the front of this motor off now. Can it come off or not? There we go. There's the front of the motor off. The bearing looks okay and everything. I don't know what bad windings would look like, though. Like, obviously, there's something in here that's not right. I think it's overheating. And I'm going to do a continuity test again here. See if me removing the motor, the actual spinning part, does anything. So, one black. Still shorting. Black and green are shorting in the motor here. And I mean, I don't know what to do inside of there. What if I do this? Let's do it. Here's inside the motor. See inside of there. And if we look down into here, we can see where some of the motors come, some of the things come down. I need a pick or something. I can't get my grubby hands in there. Not that one. Where's that other pick at? There it is. This is the blue, is in there. And then black goes in here. No way to guess it is if I take those out. But again, black and green are shorting to each other. So black is here, green is up here. There's green here. Black is over here. How in the world is this shorting? I don't get it. At those through-hole solder joints. You mean the in here? In those spots, Jesse? Got black and green is here. Now those short out. If we go to ohms, trying to get in there, sorry you can't really see it. Yeah, black and green are toning together. This is me in black and green here. The pretty just means that two of these coils are touching somewhere, right? This is Blue Rose. This is not a high-end stepper motor by any way, shape, or form. I'm just wondering if I cut that string out, the string that's in here, I wonder if I pull these out, I can see what's going on in there. Yeah, green and black are the same phase, but they're shorting out to each other. I guess they should. But the problem is that black's not shorting out properly. Yeah, like there's something wrong with the black cable, like from the get-go. So I wonder if I just replace the whole black cable. I wonder if I'll get anywhere. I'm gonna try that real quick. Just for giggles, I guess. Let's go ahead and just snip, because the motor is right now dead. Now if I do that, can I get black to green to do the right thing? So here's the edge of black to green on the connector. Okay, that's toning out. So let's just replace the entire black length of cable on this motor and see what happens. So I need, where's that long cable I was going to use? I'm going to use one of these other ones here. Where's that double-headed extension at? There it is. So we're just going to take one of these double-headed extensions that I have and use this to put a new black wire on, because clearly somewhere in that black wire there is a problem. I know which ones are paired, Jesse. So the fact is that they should short out to each other. The problem is that it's just not, well, that is nowhere near long enough. But it's better than we are right now, because I'll have to extend the cable anyways. Son of a gun. Soldering iron up here, carelessly put onto printer, and we need solder. I think I have some heat shrink tubing around here. I do. Yep. Okay. On my sponge. What can I flip it over? Need more water. 1 second. It's not heating up properly. It should be hot by now. Let's give the soldering iron another minute, because it's not really heating up the way it should be. That's going to be a bummer. Where's the audio coming from? It's confusing. It's coming from me. Because you can't see my mouth. Is it better if I do this? Yeah, now we're heating up. Wasn't heating up properly there for a minute. Do-do-do-do-do. That helped. Okay, well, hey. There we go. Almost there. Stuck on this thing. Random bit stuck on here. Have you reassembled or lubed the rails on this BLV? They have been lubed with oil, but not reassembled. There is no way in the world I would reassemble rails. Clearly have not been watching me enough to know that. I will 1000% lose most if not all of the balls. And then immediately throw it out the window. Immediately. Wolfgang, yeah, they are 0.9s because I put the stock motors back on that are 0.9s. It's not want to come off. Like there's this piece of solder on here that is just... Oh, there was a piece of wire on there. Okay. I give myself plenty of credit, Ryan. I just don't brag about it when it comes to 3D printing. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put this motor back together. I found that anodizing layer started to fell down into bearings on my Z. Well, that's an interesting problem. Okay, we need to put the... Okay, that's the bottom motor. It's top of the motor. There. Put the top of the motor on. Click it. And bottom on. The window for the wires in there. Okay. Oh, I need the retention spring to go back in there. Goes like that. Come on. And like that. Okay, like that, motor's back together. So I just need to extend this cable a little bit longer. And I need to put new heat shrink on the other one. So let me find another cable I've already taken apart. You're a whole cable. I don't know why you're even in there. You are also whole cable, but not long enough. Enough? Yes, it is. Okay. That's my dad. There's that, and then that. connection. Now to verify my connection is still good, let's go ahead and do a continuity test to make sure we're still on the right trail. Something just fell in my trash. Probably shouldn't be there. Figure that out later. So green to black. I need to strip the end of this. Hey, we've got connection. So yeah. Felt pressured, so you subbed. Well, I appreciate it, Sergeant Killex. Okay. So now we need to do two things. One, need to cover up the green because I had cut the insulation off of it. Not insulation, I cut the heat shrink off of it. I might need to get the heat gun out for this because these ones are a little bit too big, but the heat gun shrinks it down quite well. That worked all right. Right now, we just need to make sure all the cables are the right length. So let's snip down black just a little bit. Let's go to like there. Right. Now we're getting somewhere. Maybe. We're going to crimp it. I need to put another piece of heat shrink tubing on here because I need to still do that. These cables are long. It's kind of the other issue here is that you can only get cables so long. Stepper motor cables. I haven't found a good source to just get a bunch of, what's this, 20 or 22 gauge silicone wire multi-strand, like decent stuff. That, and then that. Okay, let's do another continuity check. That. Select. Tone there. Tone there. Okay. I think we may be onto something here, guys. I think we might. So let's go ahead and get this. Let's get the soldering iron out of the way. Let's get this motor plugged in. Black, green, red, blue. We are in. And let me just get the heat shrink on this cable because I forgot. Okay. Turn it on. And let's see if we can get this motor to spin properly. If I fix this, everybody donates $1. All right. There we are. Let's see the motor there. Let's allow cold extrusion. Active. It spins. It spins. Look at that. exactly as it should. No issues whatsoever. That's awesome. That's good stuff right there. Ooh, there's wine from the motor though. I guess we'll see how long it lasts. All right, power down. Oh, that's what fell. I lost the hob gear. That's what fell into the trash can. Thankfully, it's a little trash can. But let's see if I can find where this thing went. There it is. Okay. Okay. We got it. Need to put this back on. Here. Get it reattached here. It's just weird because that motor didn't show any issues of like anywhere. Like there was no like breaking the wire or cutting the wire that would have led me to that issue. Sergeant Killix, yes, that is a Prusa Mark III-S. And then above me on this side is the Prusa Mark III-S clone, which I built from scratch about 2 years ago now. My Prusa Mark III-S was, I think that was the first printer I ever bought, fully funded by patrons. I saved up all the Patreon funds for a couple months, and then I was able to go ahead and pick that up. It was a fun day. Okay, so we'll slide this in here. All right. That was a lot of work. Hey, George did it. Thanks, George. Sergeant Cooks, I did do a mini clone. It's right behind this guy here. But that was the FISEC kit. I did not build that one from scratch because when I researched building it, it's really expensive to try and buy the parts outright because the bed alone, even a clone bed was like $40, something like that. And to get a complete clone kit was only $50 or 200 and what did I pay? $220 for it. What did I do with the sleeving? There it is. Okay. So now we got to re-sleeve this entire gantry here. If an MK42 bed will fit an i3 Mega. Ryan, no it won't. There's not enough clearance, I don't think. There's a TiVo down here. Yes, so this right here is the Homer's Odysseus, and then down below it is the TiVo Tarantula Pro, which has seen merely no action at all. because it sat for months until they sent me the right parts for it. Well, I guess parts for it because it came broken, so you know that's no fun. All right, let's see if we can get this on here in somewhat decent fashion. So I want to do it without the one in there. Zip tie. Where's the zip ties at? I started putting these in here as well. Try and help with the see if we can just slide this in this way. It might be easier. Right to there. And then now I can go ahead and do the whole wire here. Hey, there's Aaron. Thank you, buddy. It's up so freaking high. Cheaper than but it's yeah, Homer's it's called the Homer's Odysseus. It's basically the Tarantula Pro, but just with Tarantula's rebrand on it. Instead of using metal parts, it's using plastic for a lot of it. And while it does look really cool, I question its longevity. And someone on the video of it did comment that theirs was like Boeing or something. So definitely have a little bit of room for concern with that. This is just going to take me a minute. If you guys have any other questions while I'm doing this kind of like mundane work, please feel free to ask them about this printer or any other ones that I'm working on or that have worked on in the past. Feel free to ask. Okay. So we're gonna get this one here. Still a TiVo, that it is. Any chance to publish remixes for the BLV? I will, Mark, eventually. The problem was that I remixed stuff and things were already remixed and I just didn't find them. The only real things that I truly remixed were these two front ones. I did eliminate a part that's really unnecessary and added a ton of support. So I went ahead and removed those arms on there. And then I remixed all of the parts to have sacrificial layers so that they actually would print a little bit nicer. Still not really happy with the quality, but other people have done that as well. So you can definitely see all of that on the remix pages on Thingiverse. Other than that, I mean, I did remix the front here to make it easier to print. I did remix the shelf parts here in the back that kind of enclose the electronics bay by keeping airflow though. I remixed those as well. Again, making them easier to print. I really honestly did not mix that much. Oh, and I made the feet. These are my racquetball feet that I really, really love to use that are on here, and they are fantastic. That's definitely worth remixing and sent at publishing though. So if I wanted a printer with 1 meter square build volume, how would I go about that? Well, that would be a big Core XY, which is this. The BLV is a big Core XY, but to print something that big, you'll need a Core XY. You can do it two different ways. You can do it one like this, where the bed lowers and raises, which probably would end up being the easiest, but you're going to have at least 4 Z motors, where this one only has 2, you would definitely need 4, 1 in each corner to help keep that up. Yeah, you definitely would have to do, yeah, it would be a Core XY similar to the BLV. Just scale it up, to be honest, and do 4 Z motors. Yeah, we should be all right with that. Wolfgang recommends the metal kit. Metal kit is $100 for this right now. It would require a complete rebuild. That would be something I would consider next year after I move, because I am liking the idea of doing a blind joint with this entire thing. Right now it's using the corner brackets. And I think it would be fun to do a total blind joint deal with this. But if I'm going to do that, I might as well do the metal kit at the same time. So for right now, absolutely not going to happen because it's not worthwhile pulling this apart. Well, you could also, the other way you could do it, as Aaron was saying, is that you could have it where your bed stays on the ground and your gantry moves up. It's still a lot of mass to move. It's a lot less mass than the bed. So that's something you also could do. That's a more Volrun style build. I'm sure there's something out there. The Shay's not here. The Enac 40, I think he's calling it, is the 400 cube printer. I believe that is similar to a Volron 1.8 or 2 point whatever. I think it's similar in that respect. Okay, let's see how this goes in here. That was a good one. You got me distracted there for a minute. Instead of finishing up these cables. You need to be turned off. Sorry. Leave the meter on, it yells after a couple minutes. Okay. I think that's it there. Get that in there. Get it twisted a little bit. That's a lot better. Look how nice that stays up. So that's using 2 really big zip ties. Like, we're talking like crazy zip ties in order to keep this kind of at bay. I really want it like that. So the zip ties, I believe they're about 1/4 or 3/8 inch thick. And that's going to help me keep my cabling up and out of the way. It should provide a little less wear on it because of how it's going to be situated like a this. So let's get out some zip ties and get this together. Actually, before we do that, let's plug the motor in and let's power on, and let's be sure the motor still works properly before we do this. What's happened? By Joel's 38,000 printer. Yeah, that thing has tons of issues. Ooh, yeah, turn that down. That's working just fine. It is going the wrong direction though, which is a super easy fix in config. And that is 3. That's going to be S0. Save that. Reboot. Yeah, Viking moved. He's doing like wallpaper and stuff, right? There we go. That's working out just perfectly now. It's going the right direction. So now we can just get this cable managed a little bit. Where's my zip ties at? Good. Now put down here. Two or three more. Wish that sleeve would have gone a little bit further down. No, I didn't want to do that. Fine. I wanted to cover up this last little bit of wiring down there, but it's stuck now. What are you stuck on? We have a bag of 1,000 zip ties here. If you're doing a 1 meter build, honestly, you might want to consider ball screws on the Z, as those will distribute the weight better. Might be something to consider. It's not going down as far as I wanted it to or was before. I don't know why it's getting hung up right now. The problem with this being so freaking high up, it's really hard to see anything. There we go. That's what I want. That's what I want. Then that's what I want, just like that. Get these final zip ties on here. I need, what, 2 more? Oh, 1 more. 1 more in the back. All right. There's all that done. You can't do, can you do more than 4 motors on Z with Marlin? Or any of them, honestly? Not with Marlin. Yeah, I don't know if RepRap can do more than that or not either. I don't know its limitations. If it has any in that regards, at least. Well, let's see if we home right. It's homing. Just like that. And we got blinding lights off. Oh God, Clipper. Well, if Clipper needs a spokesperson, Ryan, you better be the first one in line, brother. Because you are redonkulous and relentless. All right, I'm going to do some quick tidying up of the cables here in the back that I undid in order to redo this entire motor cable. And then I might go ahead and switch the Z motor back out to the original motor since I fixed that problem. As there was a kink in the wire which then broke. And now I got it working again. Do this with this off now. If I accidentally do something stupid, I'll fry the board while it's powered. I really need to go get a drink. This, this, this. All right, I'm gonna go get a quick drink and then we'll do the Z motor and put that other one back in. Oh, need a drink right now. How about a snack? Snack. Pringles, why not? All right. Sergeant Killix, come hang with us in the Discord, man. Links down below. All right, so I need to repair this motor first. Let me just solder it. The wire stripped. I need a piece of string tubing. This. You bring it in next. I mean, also, Ryan, if there's like a cult leadership of like the Fugatech group, it's probably you, brother. Just kind of giving you the facts. Either you or Jim. Solder? Okay. Now we are going to do a quick test of this motor. So we're going to unplug E. Plug this guy in. Same. I just want to make sure that it works. Llama's here. What's up, dude? Dan. Hey, Dan. How you doing? Discord link is invalid. What? I need to fix that. Aaron, can you drop a link into the chat, please, for Discord? I will update the one in the video description. Okay, that's still going. Okay. Yep, that motor works just fine. Some sauce. I love freaking fixing stuff. Delicious. Pepsi. Still not a sponsor. Because they're jerks. All right. So now the insanely hard part. So what I'm going to do this time is unplug this one in. What I'm going to do this time is use a clamp on Z so that it doesn't move. Like that. It's not going to work. That. If I do like this here. Do like that. That should hold Z from moving. Let me move you guys so you can see what I'm doing because it's super not interesting. Techie Dad, what up, dude? Been a long time since you were here, brother. All right, so now you guys, hopefully I don't block too much of this, but I'm probably going to block a ton of it. But hey. All right, Aaron posted a Discord link in the chat. If anybody wants to come hang out with us and chat and shoot the stuff or actually work on projects, you're welcome to join. Always love having new people show up. All right, so now that that is like that, I can go ahead and loosen those and take out these M3s. You know, I don't swear on streams. I mean, you can drop the occasional S-bomb, I guess, without getting demonetized. If you ever see me chatting with Tim or on some of the other streams, man, I swear like a sailor. Just fight the urge on when I'm live. You guys all remember when my cat knocked over my my bolt catalog of M3s and they went everywhere? I held my composure for that one. I am honestly super proud of myself for that. Because I was about to lose a cat that day. That motor. Let's get this one. And cable going towards the back. Get this here. There we go. This one was able to catch quite easily. It was a catastrophe. That it was. Aaron wins dad joke of the day. I really would love to get some type of print going off of here with the new board. I'm really curious to see how loud this is actually going to be. I feel like it's going to be screaming just going off the movements. In. Attach the Z-rod. And then we can run some G32s and get this sucker back to level. So the last stream, I will say, was kind of like insanely techy. I apologize for some folks that might not have been too attuned to that stuff. But anytime I do a firmware stream, it is bound to get insanely technical. Because firmware's hard. Marlin's hard. RepRap's hard. They're all just difficult to learn. Once you learn them, then you can move on. Okay, so let's do some cable management back here, which of course, is already done. I thought that motor was absolutely dead in the water. These zip ties without cutting any of the other wires. Because 3D printers just have to use teeny tiny wires, don't they? This motor, that can come out, go away. This one, up and in here. Come on. One zip tie here on the top. I'll do the rest later because it is super boring and I can't really see the chat as I do cable management. Cable man is also a time to put on music and just relax. I find cable managing quite soothing. Do with some music on. Zip tie out. Okay. Back on. Keep that motor down so it doesn't fall. Okay. So now we can do here and machine control. We're going to do home all. And the bed is crooked. There we go. I have like that. Whoop. Stay there. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to run G32. And that's going to go ahead and home. Then it's going to do the auto leveling across the bed, or what's called the Z alignment. And then once it's done that, then we can be pretty sure that things are aligned. I have it do this 3 times. That was a 0.2 millimeter move right there. That was a 0.1 millimeter move there. And this one's probably down to double digits. Yeah, 0.018 millimeter move for that one. And then it runs a G29 after that. So, let that finish. Oh, Steven's here. What's up, brother? How you doing? It is going well. So I fixed 2 motors tonight, which is pretty cool. So the Z motor had a kink in it, and a kink so bad it actually broke. And on the extruder motor, the black wire had something wrong with it in the last 1.5 feet. So I just cut it near the motor, put a whole new black wire on, and it's working just fine right now. So now again, this is just me running the G32 so that it can correct the Z steppers. I do wish there was another way to run that. So I might do a custom macro, I think. I'll need to learn how to do that. But the nice thing, apparently, with RepRap Firmware is that you can do macros, and I kind of just want to do a macro for Z probe or for the Z stepper line. I think that would be a cool macro to run and just be able to hit that real quick instead of doing the full G32. Yes, I did do the Z probe offset at 1.3 millimeters. I believe is what I have it set to here. So settings, machine properties, yeah, 1.3 millimeters. I will take the G28 out of your bed.g. So let's go here. So there it is right there. So you can still see that the back, I'm still haven't gotten the bed perpendicular to the Z rods. So that is something I am still fighting with. I need to take the side panels off and tighten these down, and then we can get there. But I know the plate is flat. It's just getting this is where my problem is there. So let's go to system editor, bed.g. Oh, you think it's more likely the X gantry or the frame? Okay, yeah. So you take out this one at the very beginning. I think it has to home at the beginning to know where it's at. Oh, take the G29 out. Okay. Okay, well, that's out now then. Save that. But still under macros, I mean, can I do this? So, because I don't want to connect to here. I'd like to do it from the thing. So if I go into bed.g, and if I copy this out here, copy, cancel that. And then if we go into macros, no, I want to make a new macro. I want this to be Z motor align. And then if we paste this in here, I'm going to do this like that. I think I can do this. So this should be just my Z motor align macro, right? Z motor align, run that. Oh, so that's one thing with G32. So with G32, the printer says busy after it's done. Aaron, I can do it by the screen right here. So once this reboots, I can just I'll show you down here. Hang on. So I can go to macro, Z motor align, and then it starts doing its thing. Just like that. But what if you want it part of your start code? Oh, I can just put it in my beginning G code, Aaron. Oh, you can call the macros from that? Oh, that's cool. I don't know how to do that though. There you go. So lead screw adjustments made by 0.005 was the final adjustment there. Woo! It's not much. So I do want to clean off this the nozzle there. And then over here, the nice thing that's cool here is that the over here I now have the Z motor line right there, so that's cool. Ryan, it is right there on the edge. The whole probe is on the bed, so it's okay. I mean, I could move it in a skosh, but for now I'm gonna leave it. Accelerator shift to 10K. I want to do a cube. So in Prusa Slicer, I did go ahead and change the printer to RepRap. So I think it's time just to do a box. I want this to be 40 mil. And we're going to do it in vase mode, 0.3 millimeter layers. And yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and start with this. Let's get a nice cube going here. So I don't really know how to load stuff to this. It would be cool to like send it. Is there any way to like send it? Octoprint Duet. Ooh, I can do this. I can send it directly from here. I don't know how to do that. MGN cube. So this is my IP address. Do you have to do like an API key or anything like it talks about, or just the IP address? Just put your IP. Oh, and done. Okay, well, let's save that then. And slice and dice. Send that. Vase box. Nope, hit test. Okay, hang on. Test. Connect and do it works correctly. So that works. Oh snap, it's heating up. Oh man. It is heating up. I don't know if I'll be able to zoom back enough on the little camera here, but if you guys look here, we've got, this is the print deal, this is the hot end, and this is the bed, so the neopixels for all of that stuff. So this is a little hard to see on the camera. I probably should feed filament real quick, because I kind of forgot to do that. I get a little too excited to start printing and just go send it. It's loaded. Where my tweezers at? This one will show the, I'm assuming this is the first print. This is inaugural print, guys, on RepRap firmware on this guy. This one is supposed to show the print amount left. So I will say the bed heats up markedly faster after I did PID tuning. Markedly faster. So I am pretty happy with that. How do I adjust baby steps? Print status. Here we go. Can I do it from here? Baby step. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, I can do it from right here. We have Z baby stepping, and I can do it from the screen. I will say, I am digging the amount of data that this shows you is pretty insane. Warm-up time, current layer time, last layer time, print duration, filament usage stuff here. I told you this is, oh, you can't see that part there. Let's just screen capture it. There we go. Generated by Prusa Slicer, the layer height, the object height. I mean, there's just so much up here. The requested speed and top speed is really cool. I just can't believe the amount of data it shows you here. I really can't. So the baby steps are set to 0.02. Yes, that's what they're currently set to change. Compared to bozo firmware. Almost up to temperature on the bed. It does take about, I'd say, we're at 3 minutes now. Yeah. It does take about 3 minutes for the bed to heat up. I still need to figure out the insulation, if I'm going to insulate it or not. Haven't really decided that yet. Or how. Because once I stick it on, there's going to be no getting it off, to be honest. Yeah, I filament loaded. We're moving. I do have G34 still in my profile, so I need to take that out. Printer, custom G code, G34, take that out. The NeoPigs are controlled by a Arduino Pro Mini and some super simple code that's on the BLV website. And it just hooks up a ground and a data pin to the serial connection that was where the screen would go, but I'm using the 4-pin on the Duet panel. I could do that. Well, I had G34 in here because it was Marlin, but now it's not. So we're heating up to temperature now on the there, which I don't want it to be that hot, but it is. That's okay. Baby steps. Let's see here. Closer. It's pretty good right there. Say that's pretty good first layer off the bat. Not doing benchy yet. I got to make sure this thing actually extrudes. I was thinking I'm probably gonna need to turn the Steven, what's the VREF on your extruder motor? I'm curious. I did accidentally choose my PETG profile, so yeah. One 1500. Okay, mine's, I think, what's on here? Settings, config. Um, Motors. I'll take E down a little bit. How do you set your acceleration on my E is 5,000. You have E is 10,000, or is that for everything? Jerk is 900 X and Y. I'm not, oh, there it is. Jerk's 900? I could try 900. And then 1500 on E. So what's your acceleration for X and Y? $10K, holy crap. Wolfgang's is 20K. Oh yeah, that's maximum speeds. M201 is acceleration. I'll try 5K, because right now it's 3 by default. Yeah, I'll do that. Save that. We'll reboot after we get a couple layers into this. We can try again. 9,000? You sure, dude? 9,000 is high. With 0.07 if you're going that fast. Pressure advance is disabled in this one. Speeding up a little bit. We are at this 38 millimeters a second. .46 millimeters a second. This is 50 millimeters a second. .63. Go up to 82 millimeters a second. You can see the corners curling now. It's too hot. I accidentally used my PETG profile for this when I printed this. Turn down the temperature a little bit. I know this looks like garbage. I just really wanted to see. I wanted to see this thing go. So 300% is 94 millimeters a second. You can tone it back down. It's a blower fan that's got like this little like U shape in there that it puts out. Going nice and smooth. Go ahead and cancel this print. And go here. So honestly, that looks pretty insane. I'm not gonna lie. It looks it's gonna be super hard to see white here though. But before I went crazy with the speeds and I dropped it back down. But that looks pretty good to me. Okay, I want to go to push slicer now. And to save that. I want to change the filament to PLA. And then save that again. All right, you guys want to see a benchy? Ryan, literally today, someone posted about a tool changer in the BLV group. It looked nice. He only has two tools on, one tool on it so far, but two carriages. It's cool, man. I'm not ready to go there yet. It is very cool though. Got the mute on that one. We'll do a 150% benchy. I guess we'll do 100%. I just don't think it's going to do well with that. Not 1,000% benchy. Jesus, good gravy. Yeah, I'm using the PLA profile. Not hearing me? You guys can't hear me because I see myself on there. Okay, yeah, sorry, sometimes RTX Voices gets weird. No, Ryan, we should do a head-to-head competition. Your best printer with Clipper versus Steven's best printer with RepRap Firmware. For temperatures. Get a better view onto this here. Like that, maybe. Well, it didn't adhere to the bed perfectly. I think a little bit fast. I do want to build a Voron one day. Yeah, it wasn't quite close enough to the bed on that first layer. So this is also Benji. This is at 0.3 millimeter layer heights with this one. Yeah, I think this print is printing a little bit too fast because the cooling's not keeping up at all. You can see right here is curling up a bit. This is stupid fast and it cannot keep up with the cooling. I might need to redo the hot end and do the dual 5015s. Well, this is 100%, and again, you can see this. See how far it's curling up. Oh, there it goes. The first layer wasn't close enough. But either way, that print was way too fast. Infill was only 15%. I mean, it probably could live to be a skosh lower, but I mean, it's just in line with the block. I mean, I don't really know how much lower I can go without it hitting something. This print. I don't want to continue the print. What's going on here? I think there's another X carriage bottom for volcanoes. This is the other one. Mark, I do have the other things in here. Send this to it again. There it goes. Yeah, I will put it down a little bit more. I mean, I also could potentially clean the bed because it's been a minute since I printed on this. So it's baby step. I did lower the speed just this minute, little bit here. I know that first layer wasn't fantastic. Check. Did I have my fan settings on in this one? Filament, cooling. Yeah, it should pop on after this layer. There it goes. Okay. Oh, bugger. Popped it off. Try that again. I might need to slow it down a little bit more on that first one. Get a little bit more. I need to go get some. Hey! What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Right back. 1 second. Funnel. Good gravy. Getting into this, do they? Sink. Drop it everywhere. If you guys can hear me, 1 more second. Spilt IPA. What else is new? They get it from the big jug and put it into a small jug. Okay. Print. Wait for this to heat back up for a minute. The Z offset more. I'll probably do a little bit lower now. We get an error. So, attempting to extrude with no tool selected. Resume after power fail state saved. Print autosave due to low voltage. Is that happening? I don't know. So in your config.g, make sure there's a T0 at the very bottom. Settings, config. Tools, define tool 0 is right here. Do I need to add a T0 to that? M563. The P is the tool number. Tool name. I'm at all the way at the bottom. Just do T0 or what? So T0. Just like that? That's it? Okay. Save. Reboot. Yeah, the cube went fine. Now we're just trying to bench you real quick. Going to heat up now, which might take a second because it's 53 degrees. Tool 0 is not driven. What? Resume. Tool 0 is not driven because the heater temperatures were not high enough or the heater is a fault. I think my G code is messing with this. My startup G code. differently then, I guess. Now let's slice this. I'm not trying to push any plastic. Reboot it again. Well, I never usually heat the nozzle and bed the same time. I like to heat the bed first and the nozzle cold because I like it to be I like it to not do that so that it doesn't leave the little squigglies on the bed. Okay. Wow, 3D Benchy selected for printing. Now we're heating up. Yeah, but I'm thinking that there might be some different way to do it in RepRap, and it just doesn't like me because what I do is, let me switch here. Let's see while that's heating up. So go here, here. So normally I have just the M140 set first, and then I do the M104 and M109. I do this after auto home and bed leveling. So it's a hot bed but a cold extruder. Maybe I just need to do the extrude up to like 170 first, figure out how to do that, and then have it heat up the rest of the way once it finishes the auto bed leveling. There it is. M14, yeah, I get every now and then people say I look like Matt from Demolition Ranch when he was younger. He's about a year older than I am. Well, Ryan, go to the pantry. See, I don't like this here. The little squigglies, the boogers. Baby step this thing. That might have been a little too close. Yeah, a little too close there. Looking better though. I do a nozzle extrude here at the front of the bed. Steven, do you use Prusa Slicer for all of your deals on the Railcore? Because I'd be interested to see your speeds on how you have different things set. Another thing I'm about to say, this is the nozzle X from E3D that I put on this thing because I needed a better nozzle. A 0.6 millimeter nozzle X. You can feel the fan all the way out here. You can really feel it. Yeah, we're still getting curling on this back corner and the bow. I mean, the bow is kind of expected to curl at this layer height and this speed. It's really not possible, at least in my opinion, to print this fast and this big of a layer height and the bow not curled up, but this curling up is kind of annoying right there. You can see it's curling much less as there's more to do on the inside. The curling is greatly reduced. It's just those early perimeters is what's causing it. It's actually not as loud as I thought it was going to be. I can say that. It's definitely louder than the SKR 1.3 with 2209s, but it's not as loud as I thought it was going to be honest. So that is a pleasant surprise. You need bend the nozzle for the blower down. It's not that high. Okay? It's not that high. It's literally at the bottom of the heater block. I can't go much lower with it. But I definitely think I might be able to modify it to bring it a little bit closer to the nozzle on the Y direction. Yeah, it is the camera angle. Yeah, but again, it still definitely could go a little closer. So, which is a pretty easy cut and move. I could definitely make that change fairly easily. So where we at? 45 millimeters a second. Infill is 60 millimeters a second right here, these top layers. That's what I had loaded, Ryan. I know. But it's what I had loaded. I might slow down the actual XY travel, but man, is this thing move. Like the whole table is shaking. Yeah, but this also is a stupid fast benchy. 25 minutes. I think I have the XY movement at 300 or something. Yeah, so the neopixels down here. Okay, so you've got a little bit differences going on. This one, it's kind of off kilter in the back there. I can fix it. So you can see the percentage done of the whole thing here. Right now it's 21%. And then again, we have hot end temperature and bed temperature. Oh, yeah, it is going pretty good. We're going pretty fast here. You're seeing a little bit of a voltage drop off the power supply, which is interesting. I'm going to measure it while it's printing back here. Yeah, we're seeing 24.3 out of the power supply. The spool is working out well. So that's good. The hot end bent slightly to the right. No, it's just the angle of the camera. This camera is not like perfectly in line, so it's just on this arm that I just move around. So I'm gonna let that go for a minute. I don't think anybody wants to watch the entire thing print up close like that. We'll see how that ends up. So another thing that I do want to add to this is a filament run out sensor. Hey Jim, yep, it is alive and running, buddy. I do want to do a filament run out sensor on here, and I have one. I just don't know how to add that yet, so I do need to figure that out. We're seeing a little bit of stringing here. I may need to up my retraction just a skosh, because we do have a different BMG on there. Yes, Jim, it is alive. Did you have any doubts? It is loud, but again, quieter than I was expecting. So I know that the drivers on this are they're not silent like the TMC 22.8s or 22.9s. Ryan, this is Bumblebee. That's what I'm calling it. And I kind of, you say that logo, I do like that idea. Trying to figure out how to do Bumblebee's logo on the two side panels. I can print it on here. I was looking for some inspiration the other day. Where's it at here? Predaking. Yeah, I like that, Aaron. But yeah, I was looking at I could do just a straight up Autobot insignia like this, or try to do something more like Bumblebee. I don't know. Might have just doing like a straight up Transformers logo on it. I like Bumblebee, the New Age Bumblebee, but I'm not sure if I dig a logo like this, you know? Unless, Aaron, you have a better logo, as you're the logo master for these things. FBG. Yeah, I could just do a straight up Autobot one. The real Bumblebee. Oh, that is the old school Bumblebee, man. Did you do yours multicolor by layer, or did you just do one color? Because I can't remember how yours looks. Multicolor in parts. You should post a picture of that in Discord again so I can see it. Where's Discord at? You called it Predicting. Yes, I see you talking about it. I can't find the actual photo of the final print. Or did you not post one? Yeah, I'm not seeing it in there. Yeah, aside from a little bit of stringing, it's coming out not too bad. Yeah, this is also not tuned with RepRap at all. This is just my Marlin slicer package switched to RepRap and using Ben Levi's firmware. You know, some of the firmware changes I've made, but not a ton so far. Just put it in print showroom. Let's take a look at this. So here's Aaron's logo here. Dig it. It's fantastic. He looks fat here. I might just do a yellow and black for it. Yellow outline with the black, kind of like this one here. Yellow outline with the black on top of it. Maybe do something like that. Well, here's the original one. Maybe I'll do something like that. It's from the Transformers Prime version of Predicting. Ah, okay. Do I have it done yet, Aaron? Do you have it done yet? Okay, DeviantArt? I haven't gone there forever. Ah, okay. Yeah, you type much? One of the best? Yeah. Let's see what I can find here on DeviantArt for Bumblebee. It's hard. Maybe you didn't drink enough today. Maybe that's what it is. Or you drank too much. You need to find a good logo to print for this thing. Or I could do the movie. I could do the movie Bumblebee. That'd be a little different. Oh, wait, come out the side. Dude, that'd be a crazy print. Oh, vinyl printout. Imagine if I 3D printed that, man. That'd be crazy. But he was saying to put a vinyl print out of this. These are like those things that kids get, like the hero things you can put on like your wall, the giant stickers. So that kind of reminds me of. What do you got here now? I'm gonna do that head. No, this one kind of has me. This right here kind of has me a little bit. No, I'm not doing the whole body. That's too much. I don't want all that. Because the Camaro, he just has the Autobots logo. But Aaron did make the Ultra Magnus logo and the Megatron one. All right, let's check back in on the print. Oh no, look at that. I got so busy. It popped off. Popped off on the roof. Man, all right, let's take a look at this. All right, let me turn this off and make this a little bit brighter so we can see things. Right. So we can see obviously we had a little bit of cooling issue there on that bottom bit. But once it got past that, it's really good. First layer went down okay. Promising. Definitely promising. Let me let's go back to where we at here. Here. Let me preheat this hot end real quick. I want to keep the bed nice and warm. home all that right now. Yeah, somebody did do afterburner on the BLV. Yeah. It's oh, because it's probably set up not for direct drive. I need to fix that on the unload. Way too long. Let's use everybody's favorite filament because this shows up well on camera. Uncle Jesse, the Jesse PLA green. All right. Let's see, where am I at here? I want to go back to push slicer. Slice it, dice. Over to the BLV. To accept it, and off for the race again. So I'll get this one started. I'm not going to let this one finish. Obviously, it's another 26-minute print, but at least get it started, get the first layer going down all right, and then I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Got a little burnt this weekend. Just a little bit. It should auto resume. Why are you trying to auto resume? Get it. How did you delete? Oh, delete. There we go. Yes. Oh, okay, you're right clicking here. I didn't realize that. And I do know that my prime is a little bit off here in the G code. It's out there, and it goes, draws out to Y10, moves to Y12. There. Hmm. Yeah, it looks to be doing all right. Here. I think we need to slow it down just a little bit more so this filament can stick to the PEI. And the first layer is a little bit close. Go with -0.2. Hey, Vince. Looking right along. Make sure my settings are right. So yeah, I'm gonna let this go. And that was quite a successful night. I was able to repair 2 motors. So 2 for 2 on that, which is pretty outstanding. I got all the cable management pretty much back in order. We need to redo the motor cables on the left side there. But other than that, everything is looking really, I guess, exactly as it should at this moment, which is good to see. I don't think there's anything else that I need to redo or change or anything like that right now on these, but I think everything is just as it should be. I do want to redo some of the connectors on here to go ahead and put on. Now that I'm kind of confirming that, yes, everything works, I'm going to go ahead and put on the actual Duet connectors that came with the board. just so they provide a more secure connection. They're also much easier to get on and off than like DuPont's. Or I have 2 things with the old JST connector, the thermistor for the bed and the part cooling fan also still have that other connector on there. But some of these still have DuPonts that I want to go ahead and remove. And that just came off the bed. Man. Might need to go ahead and put down some glue stick or something, but I thought I was close enough, and it looks close enough. Or I just need to slow that down a little bit more. Have to figure that out. But that's going to be it for tonight. That was a long stream again, just shy of 3 hours, but definitely on the right track for this. Let's hope that when I come back on Friday, we'll either be this on maybe a little more tuning, show off some things, or we'll be working on something totally different. I have no idea yet. But if you guys want to see, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon where you get notifications. If you guys want to help me build crazy machines like this, consider donating any of the ways down below or becoming a patron. Patron is the absolute best way to ensure that I get a little bit of money every month that I can go ahead and invest into crazy machines like this one. Also, there's affiliate links down below if you want to check those out. And if you're curious about this build, there's a bunch of links down there as well where you can go ahead and check out this project. This is the BLV MGN Cube for yourself. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you guys have a good night. Happy printing. See y'all next time.